Good morning, good afternoon, corporate sisters. I am Elizabeth Dr. E. Carter. Welcome to my summit. I am so excited. I have another fantastic person joining me here today, Willie Mae Starr-White. Let me give you a little bit of an introduction about Willie Mae. Willie Mae Starr-White is a resilient individual who has overcome suicidal ideation and suffering for 38 years. He inspires and supports those facing speech disfluencies, traumas, and mental health challenges. Wow. Now, looking at her today, you would have no idea she has been through all of that. Because when we stand before you today, you have no idea what we went through yesterday. So I love it. With over 25 years of experience in business administration, project management, information services, facilities management, and records management, he has transformed from being labeled mean and unapproachable to a thriving speaker, author, and leader. Now, that's all I want to give you about Willie Mae. I want her to share more about herself with you. Welcome, Willie Mae. Happy to have you today.
Thank you, Dr. Carter. I am your empathy messenger, turning uncertainty into silver linings of hope. I'm a motivational speaker with a passion for inspiring positive change. For 18 years, I have been an active member of Toastmasters International, a community that nurtures my love for communication and leadership. Through countless speech contests, I have honed my craft of learning that words can transform lives. My journey extends beyond the stage. As I co authored 5 best-selling books, I explored the abyss of human resilience, personal growth, and the art of overcoming obstacles. These books are not just ink on paper. They represent shared wisdom and collective experiences and the unwavering belief that we can rise above our challenges. Thank you, Dr.
Mhm.
Carter.
Well, thank you, Willie Mae. Thank you so much. And again, thinking about the fact that you were a stutterer and how eloquent you speak today speaks to the essence of perseverance, knowing that you wanted to overcome that challenge because you knew there was so much more for you once you overcame that obstacle. And I tell you all in the audience, whatever obstacle that is in front of you, you can overcome it. And we have living proof here today. So, Willie Mae, we talk about breaking through glass ceilings. And you were part of both of my anthologies, Letter to My Corporate Sisters. I still thank you so much for blessing me with several stories. One interesting one you had in the second book was about being labeled an angry Black woman. What's more about that?
It is amazing, Dr. Carter, how our upbringing really conforms and formulate our personalities on a daily basis. And what I realized is since my mom was from the 60s and the 50s and the 60s, and she was brought up with segregation, she was brought up with Martin Luther King fighting for their rights. So her personality was very, very strict. She was very, very tough and she didn't smile very much. So that's what she taught me. That was my upbringing, not to be going around smiling all the time. So I had to break through those glass ceilings of my past and leveraging my resilience and determination. So I focused on continuously developing my skills and knowledge, which allowed me to excel in various roles. I also sought out mentors and allies who supported my growth and advocated for my advancement. By staying true to my values and demonstrating my capabilities, I was able to overcome those barriers and achieve success and stop going around looking mean and scrawny my face and everything. So I had to learn that that wasn't the way to be, that that wasn't the way that I wanted to be received. Thank you.
I love that. And nonverbal is about 70% of communication. So what we show here, no matter what's coming out of our mouth, people are believing our facial expressions. And sometimes we as women, especially Black women, we wear all of our emotion on our face. We will know when you are not happy. We will know when you are sad. We will know when something is going on. And we don't mask that all the time, but we just need to be able to understand that there are certain environments where we may need to do something a little bit different, especially working in corporate. We don't want you to be, two-faced, if you will, but we want you to be able to be your authentic self, which is great, but have the right labels. So I love that. So Willie Mae, how did you overcome that component? Was it the mentoring that helped? What was that support mechanism that allowed you to say, okay, I need to no longer have this label? And what did you do to change it?
Dr. Carter, it required a combination of self awareness, assertiveness, and support. I educated myself on the nature of these biases and developed strategies to address them constructively. Building a network of supportive colleagues and mentors was crucial as they provided guidance and encouragement for myself. I also focused on maintaining my professionalism and using my voice to advocate myself for others, fostering a more inclusive environment. Thank you.
I love that. And it's so interesting. A lot of times we have what I will call blinders on. We'll hear a lot of feedback from people and we're like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. But if you keep hearing the same comment from different people, it's you, y'all. Don't think it's everybody else. Look, the common denominator is you. And we have to sometimes just step back and be humble and not think that everyone is against us. People are trying to help us. People want us to excel and be successful. So I encourage everyone in the audience, think about some of the last set of feedback that you received that you may have dismissed. You might want to revisit it because that could be what is holding you back. So Willie Mae, thinking about glass ceilings, and now that have changed who you are and your brand, and now you're being received well in the workplace, what's next for you? When you think about breaking through that glass ceiling, what is that next for you there?
What I noticed at the workplace was the repeated performance reviews that I would constantly get. And they all said the same things. So I really had to educate myself and listen to what they were saying and take their suggestion on taking different classes to help my skill sets, to help my mood, to relax my facial expressions, to smile. And once I started taking these classes and it helped my development, I started seeing that they weren't wrong. It is so important for me to develop myself as an employee, but also as an individual. And that involves setting priorities and boundaries. I had to make time for self-care and ensure that I was in the present with my family and my loved ones. But more importantly, effective time management and delegation was key. Once I started realizing that I didn't have to carry so much on my shoulders, I was able to delegate. I was able to reach out to friends for help and really truly relied on their opinion of me and really had to sit back and nurture myself. and look inside of the person that I actually was. And once I did that, I had to remind myself that it was okay to seek help. It was okay to look for support. And by maintaining a healthy balance, I was able to pursue all my goals by nurturing my personal well being. Thank you.
I you said a lot in that. So let me first just step back to you said, first of all, as far as your professional growth, your company invested in you. And
Yes.
sometimes companies will invest in you, and sometimes you have to invest in yourself
Yourself.
when they may not or cannot. So
Mhm.
that's the first thing. And seek opportunities to do so. There may be programs inside your organization or even externally in your city that you could apply to be involved in. All you need to do is ask the company, will they pay? And if they can say yes or no. I know, Willie Mae, you were part of a wonderful program in the city of Pittsburgh where we are, and you were recognized as such, and the company supported you there. So that is wonderful. But we sometimes have to just take our own funds and invest in ourselves. We are our own best investment.
Yes.
And the second piece you said to that is around the balancing. So it's about self-care. I always, you hear the quote, if you don't love yourself, who else is going to love you? If you don't take care of yourself, nobody's going to take care of you either. So being able to understand that the workday, there is an end to the workday.
Mhm.
Delegation is key. They may not be able to do it as good as you, but just delegate it anyway and let it be. And whatever they bring back is whether it's your a peer or an employee or someone else that you have passed work on to, let them do it in their own way and be glad that someone else has been able to take care of it for you because we especially tend to be perfectionists and we want to do everything ourselves, but we just can't. There's not enough time in the day. We want to be able to do things with our family, at work, be involved. I know you're very involved in other activities, Willie Mae. It's only 24 hours in a day. If they
Mhm.
can make the day longer and we didn't need to sleep, it might be okay. But no, we need our beauty rest also. So, Willie Mae, tell me about you've got this great framework as we're just talking about beauty and self care. Tell us about it.
Dr. Carter, we need a facial. Now, I'm not talking about scrubbing your face and going to the salon, ladies. No. What I'm talking about is fostering self love and confidence and acknowledging our unique beauty, celebrating diversity and inclusion, implementing body positivity, affirming your worth, and leading by example. We need facials.
Mm, that's powerful. And as you were rattling that off, I know folks ran to get their pen and paper. Could you run that acronym back for us so that we can make sure we have them all?
Yes, facial. Foster self care and confidence. Acknowledge our unique beauty. Celebrate diversity and inclusion. Implement body positivity. Affirm your worth and lead by example.
Mhm. Yes, thank you. All powerful actions that we need to take heed to, especially lead by example, because you don't know who's watching you. You are an informal mentor to a lot of people. They will never approach you, they will never talk to you, they will never send you a note, but they are watching. So I ask all of you to go ahead and check and make sure you have all those facial products in your toolkit. That's great. So, Willie Mae, how can someone get in contact with you? You've got a beautiful story. There is someone out there saying, oh my goodness, I am going through the same thing. I love how she has made it through. I want to talk to her.
You can contact me by your empathy messenger at gmail.com, or you can contact me on LinkedIn, Willie Mae Starr-White.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any last words or takeaways for our audience here today, Willie Mae?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. whether it is personal help or help at work, you would be surprised how many people are willing to support you. Ask for help.
Thank you. Thank you. That's great because we cannot go it alone. There is someone there who is interested in helping you, has the abilities to help, and absolutely can do a whole lot faster and better than you could. That is for sure. So we need to continue to be a community to support each other. So I thank you for that, those closing words, Willie Mae. And I thank you for joining me today and this conversation as we continue to support and uplift our corporate sisters in this summit. I'm Elizabeth Dr. E. Carter. Please stay tuned for more wonderful presentations and interviews as part of this summit. And thank you so much, Willie Mae, for joining me.
Thank you, Dr. Carter.